It's Ashley from Notjustboxing here with Izzy. Izzy, so what a crazy week. I know you've probably said this about 10 times now, but congratulations on getting the last minute replacement. I am just as excited for the main event as I was last week.
Yeah, of course, what a replacement. You know, when you get a pull out at such last minute, let's be honest, you'll take anything, won't you? But we've took Brad Rea, who's a seriously live, dangerous opponent. Listen, good knockout ratio. They've both got 10 knockouts. Both had 1 losses. It's equal as they come into it. And I've had a lot of positivity on socials, you've seen. And he's confident, he's hungry and he wants it. The hunger's the one that really does it for me, how much he wants this. He wants this platform and he's got it. But as a promoter, I'm absolutely delighted to get it over the line. First of all, just to get a fight, you're happy. But to get a fight at this kind of level, as top of the bill, we didn't want to lose it. This was a bit of a, we didn't want to lose this. I know things happen in boxing, but after what happened on the last fight, when Daniel failed his medicals, we didn't want to lose the top of the bill. I'm fortunate we've got Brad Rea, Daniel Santos. Listen, honest truth, I don't think he's going past 6. Which way, I'm not sure. That's the truth. I cannot see these going past 6 rounds.
So I want to go through the undercard. First of all, I want to start, is it the Dutch dancer you've called him?
Dancing Dutchman.
The Dancing Dutchman.
I don't make some of this shit up, no. I don't know where I get it from. I heard it from somewhere. One of our teams said it, the Dancing Dutchman.
Yeah.
So, he's entertaining. He's got a high knockout ratio. He's fighting a 5-0. See, the card is that good. You forget about how good his fights can actually be. He's fighting a 5-0 Frenchman, undefeated, on his 4th fight.
And he must be good to be brought to England for this. You know, the fact that you've took him from his home country to England this early, you clearly see potential.
There's something about him. He's got the looks, he's got the physique, oozes confidence. Something about him. Something I think this could go a long way, and let's see. But look, have I seen enough? No, that's the truth. Have I seen enough? No. Let's see what he does Friday night. He's in a good fight, hardest fight of his career. Let's see how good he really is.
Yeah, and so we've got Lily Winch. She's now on the card. Obviously, you said, you know, she's a great addition. That hopefully she'll be on a few more. She's actually got, so her opponent has boxed some of the people that were up on stage already in Lauren Parker. How do you see, first of all, that fight going? Is it a big step up for Lily, this?
Of course, this is not an easy fight. This is no just push over for Lily. You know, a management team think that Leon said how good she is, and she sells a lot. She's on a big card. What happens is 2 ways with fighters, when especially undercard fighters, maybe they're like, not as experienced fighters, they either freeze on a card like this or they showcase the best levels they got. What is she going to do Friday night? Because it's a big card to be on. Let's not kid yourself, she's on a press conference with Hughie Fury on the right hand side. She's got European title, British and Commonwealth title, IBF super lightweight title on at stake. It's a big card. Is she going to freeze? Or is she going to push it to that next level? Let's see Friday night.
So let's talk about Hughie Fury. Signed a multi-fight contract with you. They were already name dropping up there, the likes of Usyk and AJ. Personally, I think he's a while away from that. I know he's been at the world level before, but I would probably say we're looking at next year for those big fights.
Yeah, I said they asked me earlier, and I reckon Dillian White wouldn't be a bad fight for him.
Great
Dillian fight Hughie Fury, you know. But numbers are going to stack up. I understand they're prize fighters, and we're going to make sure DAZN are on board with it, which I'm sure will be in Homer Boxing. I'm not sure where some of these fighters are, but the fact they've either signed with Queensbury or Matchroom makes it easier. We're all on the Homer Boxing. You got 3 strong outfits. You know, I might say probably strongest in the country outfits on DAZN. So, you know, makes the fights a lot easier to happen. So
you clearly signed him as well to end up having one of these big super fights. Going from the small hall that you're talking about to having a Hughie Fury against...
Yeah, but look, I want these stadium fights. I made it no secret. You look at our next 2 fights. May the 23rd, we're at Doncaster Stadium, world title on Max Hughes, Archie Sharp. June 20 Summit, we're going Ireland on a football stadium out there. We want the big nights. I'm not in this game to piss about and no disrespect to these small arenas, because this, I love it. I'm a boxing purist. I love these York Hall events. I love these going to Magna and these arenas. But I want the big stadium fights. I want the big world title fights. I want them nights. And it's a lot of hard work. I believe we belong there. I've said it a while. I believe we're one of the strongest promotion outfits in the country in many ways. So, but now we want them. We want to showcase. Enough of me giving a bullshit spiel on here. Showcase why there's all the hype about GBM and why DAZN, you know, partners with us. Why DAZN are broadcasting our stuff. And this year's going to be huge. April out the way first. Friday night we're going May, Doncaster Football Stadium. June, Galway Stadium. Listen, that's how many can say that? How many can say within 3 years of being a promoter, they put in 2 huge stadium fights on with world title fights on, potentially a mammoth fight for Hughie Fury. York Hall. I don't know if you've ever been to our York Hall show with last year.
Yeah.
Have you been to anyone or GBM? You didn't go to our last one.
I've not been to a GBM York Hall
show. Well, I do your deal.
I have heard you do it different.
I do a deal. If you're not happy or not surprised with what we do, I'd give you, I don't know, whatever you are. I can't gamble because gambling is against my religious beliefs, but I'll take you out to a sheesh restaurant meal or something nice, you and your family. Yeah, okay. That's the deal we've got. Handshake. What, your family's not a 25, is it? Because I'll be fucked.
I've got a massive family, mate. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
I'm joking. No.
Yeah, but listen, we do it different. I put my neck on the line. You're gonna find it. The production, the level of the show is gonna be special. And we do it our way.
So let's go back to the card. Obviously, the depth in this anyway, it's all there. So Emma Dolan against Lauren Parker. Great fight. Even stylistically, no one can really pick a winner in this. I've asked a few people, like die-hard boxing fans. No one can really pick a winner in this fight.
It's a close one. Emma Dolan's one of them. I believe she's one of them fighters that she might look a little bit easier to get through to, but when you're in there, she's awkward. She's got that range. She's she's quite strong, durable. Game as well. She don't mind a little bit of a tear up, but can box well. Certain fighters, I always say, look quite easy on the look, but when you're in there with them, it's a nightmare to get anywhere near them. I think she's one of them. Lauren Parker, huge night for her. Former European champion. This is her home turf. She's going to make amends. She wants to be mixing with the big girls again and the big fights, and this is a massive opportunity for her.
Mm-hmm. And for the winner, what would be next for them?
The good thing about the ladies fighting is a few good wins and you could be up there for a world title fight. Like you see with Tyson Gallagher, the British champion, could be knocking on for the bigger fights. And the good thing about these kind of fights, and they want world honours, won't they? That's what they'll be gaming for. But let's get past Friday night. I think Friday night we'll learn a lot about Lauren Parker and her desire in the game and how much she wants, and we'll learn a lot about the level of Emma Dolan.
Mm-hmm. And then you obviously got Tin and Bradley against Ben Crocker. That heated up today.
Listen.
He was very clever with what he was saying there. I think he did get into his head. It spiced up, because compared to last time when we filmed at Buddha Box, they were very pally, very friendly. It was quite relaxed.
Yeah.
That was completely different up there.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, Tin and Bradley's a smart man. He's smart. He knows exactly what we're doing there, and it's a good fight. He's got to show his level, because this is a level up for Tina Bradley. He's 10-0 as a pro. He's got to level up. Has he got it? That's what I want to see. When I sign these fighters, I hear a lot about we're going to be the next world champion. We can be this good. Have you got the levels? Go and show me you got the levels. Go and beat another kid who's 14-0, who's hungry, who's a champion. Go and get the belt off him. And that's when you learn a lot about fighters, and that's what you're going to see with Tina Bradley. But Ben Crocker, listen, he's took it on. Tina's a GBM fighter, so in essence, he's coming as a way fight, even though he's a champion. And he's ready to take it on. So I learned a lot about these guys. I think could be potential fight of the night.
Mm-hmm, definitely, I agree. And I just want to touch upon the main event one more time. I know obviously Santos said he had 3 years in the army and everything else. There's a lot of experience, a lot of things about him that I didn't really know. Obviously everyone saw the Joshua Buatsi defeat, but since the rebuild, it does seem like, obviously with yourself, he has also a lot of potential ahead.
Yeah, he's really cool, calm, collective, kind of dangerous look about him, and he don't say too much, but he oozes that confidence with his silence almost. He
looks dangerous.
Yeah. He just looks like guys genuinely weren't phased about this opponent. Listen, Bradley Rea, in some people's eyes, is a more dangerous fight than Shakan Pitters. In some people's eyes, I believe Shakan would in great form and would have been a nightmare for Daniel Dos Santos, but Bradley Rea is no easy pushover. High knockout ratio, hungry, dangerous, nothing to lose. Mm-hmm. Nothing to lose. 3-day notice, gets paid well. Listen, all can happen. Yeah. I don't believe it'll go past 6 rounds. I really don't.
And Brad put it perfectly. He's got nothing to lose here and everything to gain. Yeah. And if he shows up, regardless of the result, it's going to put him in better stead than he was before, for sure.
Absolutely. There's nothing to lose. Puts a good display on. Gets him up there. He's ranked highly anyway. If he wins, they'll all be queuing up. That's the bottom line.
Brilliant. Well, I'll see you on Friday, and thank you for your time, mate.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.
Nice one.